The Bears have to really go onside kick here. Otherwise, they would get it back maybe with like 45 seconds left. So it's sealed the decision. Try the onside kick. It's laying around. Got to pick it up. And it's loose around. Who's going to get it? Oh, the Bears have it. Are you serious? It's been an 8% chance all year, and somehow the Bears get it. Unbelievable. Blackwell on the recovery. 1 in 12 chance. But a huge mistake here at the end. Crazy. Unbelievable. To get a first down, you could clock it, but chose to use his second time out there. Williams going deep. It is caught. Leaping grab from DJ Moore down to the 12. As I said, you're going to need an input. They found that they're plenty of time. Everybody keep their poise. You don't want to score too fast. 43 seconds to go. Caleb Williams looking for the equalizer. But he's out of bounds with 36 seconds left. One play. Crazy. Your best play, you got Ben Johnson. Your best defensive call, Jeff Hafley. An entire division on the line in one play. Great shot at the bottom. Butler and DJ Moore, those are your go-to guys. Williams, pressure, throwing, Porter has a man! It is caught! Touchdown! Jose Walker! Unbelievable! Unbelievable, he's right! Williams with this Steph Curry impression! That fadeaway! Lobs it up in the air, miscommunication and coverage! Walker comes down with it! Santos had tied it up, it was up and good! It's all on the line. How cool are these games coming down to defending onside kicks and 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1s? Lewis run out in trouble. McDaniels Bears kid surging forward, but he's not going to get there. Ball is loose, picked up, and the Bears get a stop.
Snap. Caleb, play pick, looking to throw, going deep, searching for DJ Moore. For it all. The Iceman coming. The Iceman taking a 46-yard spiral to the end zone to DJ Moore. 22-16 Bears, 4:50 in overtime.
That's right. Welcome in. It is a new era in Chicago football. Jeffrey, welcome in. It's good to have you on the bandwagon. What a great Monday it is. Whew. That just gives you a little bit of chills there, waking up and seeing that wonderful montage. Shout out to Second City Bears on X for that montage that they put together. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Listen, congratulations. Wins don't come much bigger than that. And to be able to do it, to do it in that spot, season, game, division on the line. We talked about beginning of the year, right? We love Caleb, but we need to see him take some of these moments and rise to the occasion. And he's risen to the occasion every single time this year. And you can tell he has the locker room. You can tell he has the city. You can tell he has the coach. And the sky's the limit for them the next few years.
And I always want to touch on that real quick because the biggest one is the locker room. Right. There was a lot of doubt that first year, especially. We saw the body language of DJ Moore saying to Tyson Bagent, we need you out there, dog. The whole painting of the nails fiasco, there was a lot of stuff that Caleb Williams brought with them. Some he put on himself, some not. But you're absolutely right. Chicago, you have your franchise quarterback. And this is the wild thing. We're in year 2, and I don't even think he has touched his potential. I mean, let's also back up a little bit. That was not a good game for the Chicago Bears and the Chicago Bears offense all the way up to the fourth quarter. Once again, they looked like complete shit the majority of the game. No running the ball. Again, you have the drive that you go down, you just absolutely pound the rock the whole way down. You're at a 4th and 1. You decide to run some stupid trickery. Bro, what are we doing?
Between the legs.
You needed a half of yard. You have the best run game in the NFL. The offensive line manhandling the Packers on that drive. Yes, you did get stuffed once, but my goodness, I need to see some QB sneaks out of Caleb.
Yeah,
the dude's a brick house.
Also, let's maybe not snap it between the legs of our tight end, angling it up because you have to get it through his legs and up to the shortest running back that we have on the team.
I think if that was Caleb Williams, that was a good snap. If that was Caleb, probably would hit him right in the head.
Why not run it where Monungai's in front of you and you use him as a lead blocker? You know what I mean?
Why not do the a la Ravens? Where they just hike it to Mark Andrews and they all push him. Same thing with Cole Kmet. There was a lot of different things. Let's get into it. Let's dive in. The Chicago Bears pull up an absolute stunner, 16-22 in overtime. They were absolutely dead to rights. They're called the Cardiac Bears for a reason. For those of you that are starting to watch more and more, you can start to see why. I will say this, though. These guys never feel that they're out of it. If you look at the post-game interviews, they said, as long as there's time on the clock, we know we have a shot. Man, it would be a lot more comforting for us to play that way throughout the entire game. Yeah. No Rome Odunze, no Luther Burden. We knew it was going to be somewhat of an issue. I didn't even see a whole lot of utilization of Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland here either. It was definitely a run-heavy game, which it always is. The Bears feast on that number 1 run game in the NFL. Then they feast even further on the play action. Now, I will say this. There was a lot of issues going into the 2-minute warning as well. You had to kick, in my opinion, you had to kick that field goal on the other side of the 2-minute warning because essentially, if you did not get the onside kick, you were done. You would have had the
Right.
ball back like 15 seconds, maybe. So that was a coaching blunder on my. And then like Cairo Santos is out there, and he's like, getting in his zone, and I'm like, bro, what? They kick it off, obviously. Get the onside kickoff, Romeo Dobbs, which was just absolute cinema. Once you saw Jeff, let me ask you this. Once you saw him get the onside kick, did you know it was over then? Did you know it was over?
Yeah, but you also, it's one of those situations where it's still a young quarterback and there's an opportunity for a mistake. You know what I mean? But it did feel like things were aligning.
Also led more fourth quarter winning drives than any other quarterback this season, I believe.
Correct. But what I'm saying is that there's also the element of it is Caleb, and much like we'll talk about with like Trevor Lawrence, like, can you just stay within yourself sometimes, and not get off traction, not get off plane, stay on script, make your plays, stay within yourself, and not try to do too much. And I thought he did a great job of that. He didn't impress the entire game. I thought he was great.
We did have a little bit of a scenario here where Jordan Love was out. I know this isn't a very good up close or whatever. I don't know how to make it bigger. Old man problems. But, this right here was called, roughing the quarterback. I'll tell you, dude, seeing some of the roughing the quarterbacks that throughout the league, was it a hit? Absolutely. Was it preventable? I don't think so. I mean, at the end of the day, he could come, a little bit more upright, I guess, right? Instead of right there, but he's lowering to get the tackle.
Yeah, he's coming really hard too. Maybe he comes lower.
Well, I guess you have to go lower, but Jordan Love also lowers his helmet. You'll see it right here on this next replay. Jordan Love also instinctively, as he sees a man barreling down on him, is like crunching the ball to go down because he knows he's going to get just destroyed.
Yeah, it's like he knows he's coming and he's got to prepare for it, And
inadvertently, so there he puts his head into the defender's path. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Howie on Fox, you're absolutely asinine for that comment at halftime saying that was a dirtiest play. I was glad to see Gronk and everybody be like, dude, you're absolutely wrong. Even Terry, in his senile state, knew that was an absolutely wild comment. To think that the Bears are somehow playing dirty or trying to knock Jordan Love, because I'll actually throw something else at you out there, Jeffrey. I think Malik Willis coming into the game actually helped the Packers more. That was a game plan that was unaccounted for, that Malik Willis started running around that nobody accounted for. Obviously Jordan Love has been playing very, very well. I'll tell you another thing that I just cannot stand with this game, the way that it played out, is this bend don't break defense, where you literally let them just control the ball the entire first half. The Chicago Bears had 3 offensive possessions in the entire first half. You're letting them go down there 80, 90 yards to hold them to a field goal while they're draining 8 to 9 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, they were 0 for 5 in the red zone, though. So, I mean, there is that.
They were, but at the end of the day, you're also not letting your offense on the field. And offense has been one of the highest scoring offenses. They were averaging 31 points a game. I'm not sure 100% what they're averaging now. But again, that's where I see the offense on there to run the ball and control the clock the same way. At the end of the day, a win is a win. You don't apologize for wins in the NFL. Jeff, again, I said at the beginning of the show, I'm very happy to have you aboard. I'm glad that you're down this rabbit hole with us. This just seems like now it's a team of destiny. There's only so many things that can go right. And it seems like right now, for as many things as the Bears have gone wrong over, the course of the years, things are actually starting to bounce the Bears' way, and it feels so good. There's so much joy and jubilation in Chicago. So much. I saw reports on, TikTok videos, the fans, crying in the stands. I don't get that much, but there was a guy that was talking about, his father, used to whatever, passed away, and he came and did this, whatever. And they won for him on his day. And there's just a lot of good stories, which is good stories everywhere. But it's good to see the Bears relevant again. When the Bears and Packers are both relevant in the NFC North, it's good for the game. we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens going into it. Bears now hold the number 2 seed, 1 game behind the Seattle Seahawks for the number 1 seed, with some pretty important games left coming up. 2 games left.
Yeah. Very good fortune for the Bears. They've ran pretty well all year this year. I just want to point out I've always been a Chicago ally / supporter. Even going back to the Cubs days, I remember you being on the phone with your father after the curse got broken. So I've always been there for my boys.
But I feel like you're a little deeper right now, though.
You think I'm deeper?
Yeah, I think it's because your love of Caleb Williams. I think that kind of brought you to it a little bit, in the draft and things of that nature.
If there's anything that we learn, I will be loyal to a fault. And then once I break up with you, I'm done with you. But then there's always a chance to bring me back in, Trevor Lawrence. And God damn it, we are so back, unfortunately.
We're not. Hey, hold on. Before we get into that one, though, we got another game to talk about first. But before you get into that one,
we can skip over that.
Anything to close us out with the Chicago Bears, Jeffrey?
You did it without some weapons as well, too. So it's like, you got to be
number 1.
You got to be happy with the way everything's been trending so far, and the way everything looks. And listen, defenses take some time to be able to communicate properly and get aligned. And now that you have everybody back and communication on the back end, everything like that, I thought they played pretty well, considering.
Tremaine Edmonds, to your point, coming back.
Edwards with the big tackle on the 3rd and 1 on Malik Willis, who came in was serviceable, and then obviously get the fumble on 4th down. But we talked about it anyway.
Well, yeah, we talked about that in pre-show.
Yeah,
that D line had blew up that offensive. They were already in the backfield when that thing was down. I think that they still hold off, but you never know. You could have one of those balance plays. All I know is it does feel different every time you beat the Green Bay Packers. To your point, which you kindly put out into the chat the other day before the game, that the Packers are like 13-1 against the Bears. Well, now it's
13-14. Yeah,
yeah.
Kudos. Congratulations. We got to close this thing out though. San Francisco next week, right? And
San
then
Francisco
the Lions,
and Detroit. And
Detroit
regardless.
In San Fran, or is it at home?
I do believe it's in San Francisco.
Okay.
In San Francisco at home versus Detroit.
But then at least you get the poverty Lions to be able to beat up on outdoors in week 18, which is nice as well too.
It was funny you mentioned that because I was talking to somebody about the Chicago Stadium again, right? Which wild things now moving to Gary, Indiana. I didn't realize exactly how close. They showed the renditions of where they thought about building, and literally the background. Jeremy, I don't know, what is it? 30-minute drive from Chicago to Gary, if that. Okay, 30 minutes. Hey, it is what it is. I will walk back a few statements that I made about the Chicago Bears being a complete poverty organization, because more details did come out about this Bears stadium, and that the Bears were actually funding $3 billion of it. They're going to fund the entire stadium privately. They want the city to inject the infrastructure, new roads, things of that nature. And then I also learned more about this is that apparently the city of Chicago still owes like $500 million from the last renovation that they did to Soldier Field to keep them back. Jeremy, when was that? That was a long time. It was like 2003. So then my question is to them, I don't know if they put it $1 billion or whatever, but like you're telling me in 22 years, like you still owe $500 million. Like who brought up that financing schedule? First of all, so I understand the city's point about, hey, we're still holding the $500 million bag. You want us to put another $500 million in infrastructure or whatever. So I get it. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, it is what it is. I would love to expose the 49ers. I think that they're definitely beatable. However, I think that the San Francisco coaching and the offense will probably eat up that Dennis Allen defense just because the bend don't break ain't going to work with them. It's just not, but we'll see what happens.
The 49ers are a different animal when they have everybody kind of humming. right? When you have Brock Purdy in and to go along with McCaffrey and Juwan Jennings, and I guess Pearsall's hurt again and not going to play tonight as well too.
That is
I
correct.
just can't get right.
We got shot.
Yeah. I mean, so did 50. He's still out here, doing
50 ain't playing NFL football.
Yeah. Shout out to the Bears. Congratulations. Great win. It's been a great year. I'm happy for you guys. Let's get on to some sadness as a Bucs fan.
Let's get on to it. The Bucs head into the Panthers and just drop another one. 20-23.
Times where things looked great. There was times where things you got to take them for kind of what they were. It was funny because it's like I felt like we were moving the ball okay. And then you're like, wait, Baker was 18 of 26 for 145. Like, those are not great numbers. You're not pushing the ball down the field. Emeka Egbuka had 2 targets the entire day. One of them, he finally stretches the ball down the field. He hits him for 40-something yards, his only catch of the day. Todd Bowles, man, I don't know what we're doing there. I'm going to say it again. I got so upset with it yesterday, but it's literally 2nd and 7 with 13 seconds left in the game. Or it's not in the game, in the half. Bucs are up 10-6. You're about to hold them to another field goal, and for some reason you go 0 blitz, and I just can't fathom why you go 0 blitz there and leave everybody one-on-one. Not only do you leave them one-on-one, but you have them playing 15 yards off of the defenders or off the wide receivers. So, and I understand the concept of keeping everything in front of you. They have no timeouts if they throw it in bounds, whatever. But let's at least roll the guy over and maybe double up Tedrick McMillan, who is head and shoulders taller above our DB and just better because we're down a DB when Zion McCollum just went on IR. So I just didn't understand the play call. It comes back to bite him in the ass for sure. You lose by 3. That's a huge swing right there. They score a touchdown instead of kicking a field goal, but just not good enough. And it's been not good enough many weeks in a row now. Whether it be the Saints or whether it be the Falcons or whether it be the Panthers, to continue to get bad penalties, procedural penalties, stupid penalties, right? They kick a field to go up 23-20. They kick the ball off to you. It goes through the end zone. There's no return. Yet our guy headbutts one of the Panthers players against a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. Like, stupid little shit like that is what's costing you these games. And I understand. Listen, Baker throws the pick. That is like the epitome of the Bucs season, right? Like, timing. Mike Evans is breaking wide open. He's about to hit him again. We're driving down the field. We're probably going to score a touchdown there to end the game. And instead, he sees Baker make one quick move, like he's stepping up in the pocket. Mike then does his, breakaway route, and Baker throws it to where he thinks he's going to be. And, of course, it's right to a DB, and that's the end of the ballgame. With all that being said, Bucs play the Dolphins.
Still control their own destiny.
And they play the Panthers after. And if they win both those games, they win the division. So it's like, I don't know. And I don't know how much longer. I almost wish they would just lose to the Dolphins this week. And then I could not care, because I just don't see a way or a path right now that, especially on defense, where they're going to make a run in the playoffs. I don't think the offensive line has been good enough. It's all bad, man. It's all bad right now.
It's
the curse of Kyle Trask.
Yeah. You fucked over Trask. You've been shit since. That's a great point. Ever since you let my boy go, you've just been down the hill, bro. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Not even true. We let him go before the season started, but neither here nor there.
It was shady. The Bucs just look to me like they don't have an identity anymore. And where was Bucky Irving during this game? I mean, I know you ran him 20 times the entire game. I don't think that's enough. I think that I just don't see the same identity. And I don't know if that's because all of the receivers are back now. I don't know. But, when everybody was out and everybody was hurt, that offense was humming. And now all of a sudden everybody's back, and maybe that's the synergy level, right, of reconnecting. But to your point, that the ending with Mike Evans was obviously it was one of those things, as you said. Baker thinks he's going to break. Mike sees him in the scramble. He's going to try to get something else. And, it is what it is. It's a tough way to go down. But to your point, they still control their own destiny. It seems to me, I don't know. Again, I'm not deep into the trenches here, but when I watch them, they just seem disinterested. I don't know what that
There's
means.
no fire. And we even get like Baker was our second leading rusher. He had 40-something yards rushing, right? And you're sitting there in the last drive, which he always does, gets out of the pocket, picks up 20-something yards, right? Gets us to now we got a little bit of momentum. We're kind of moving, we're feeling ourselves, whatever. And it's just laid flat every single time. And they've gotten terrible bounces, terrible luck in certain situations. I get all that. At a certain point, do you just say that this team is just unlucky and that's what they are? Or do you look at it and say, well, maybe they'll bounce back next week and the ball bounces back to them? I don't know.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm a big body language person,
I don't know,
which is why I was questioning DJ Moore throughout this entire year. I just don't see the body language out of them, man. I feel like
you don't have a rah head coach who's gonna get you fired up to go out there and want to kill somebody.
There's no good, better, best in that locker room. But I will also tell you this:
there's no good, better, best in that locker room. That is true.
All of the AI Green Bay locker rooms that were being released after that is pretty amazing. I'll see if I can find some here. But I will tell you this. I can't remember. I think it was Saturday or whatever day, or maybe it was even Sunday, when I think it was Fox or somebody goes around. They show all the winning locker rooms, right? First, they start off with Eagles. They look like they hate that coach. I mean, there was no excitement when he was in there. He was like, yeah, and they're just like, whatever. They showed 3 or 4 different things. And I'm like, I even rewound it and watch this. Watch these locker rooms. And they were all just like, whatever, oh, yeah, good game ball, right? And then they went to the Bears. And these dudes are jumping up and down, waving towels. And you know what? Again, I know we moved on, but shout out to the Chicago Bears fan base. You guys stuck around that entire game. I would have been gone. I would have been beating the traffic. You all stuck. Man, you stayed the entire game and got to see that. I just don't see that fire. I don't see that fire.
Act like you've been there before,
Yeah, well, again, I prioritize lucky I stayed up, Jeff. I almost went to bed. I packed up, got the kitchen cleaned up, got the dogs outside to pee. I'm like, that's it. About to lost my whole bankroll on it. But you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way, Jeff. And as a wise man once said, you got to keep firing.
Got to keep firing.
Well, can I present this question to you real quick as we this is going to be a great transition here, Jeffrey.
I can't wait to hear it.
Are the Bucs missing Liam Cohen?
Obviously. Ooh. I mean, the offense has been terrible this year. And I mean, Dave Canales as well, too. You can go back a couple years. And I understand this is Grizzard's first time calling plays, his first time in this role. He'll learn a lot from this year. But it's a lot of really short passes. And I don't know if that's just because the O-line's not good and Baker's feeling pressure, but it is a lot of 3 and 4 yard dump offs that you're getting
that
over
Panthers
and over and over.
Line
again.
did eat up the O-line of the Bucs. Yeah.
And shout out to the Panthers, right? I mean, that was a game where they came out and we always say, right, hungry dogs eat, and they had the crowd behind them. They had everything going for them.
Maybe it's just Tampa Bay, bro. Maybe it's just being there by the beach and the laid back atmosphere, of the beach bums. I don't know, but when I don't see Baker getting fired up, even when he had a big run, he didn't, usually he gets up, does something a little fired up. I didn't see anything.
He keeps on trying to do it too, but nobody's falling for it anymore. Every time Bucky Irving gets hit, right, or tackled, he sprints to Bucky Irving to try to pick him up off the ground. And I think he does that to interject himself into the pile in the situation and talk shit and get people fired up. That's his way of needling, I guess, or whatever. But nobody's engaging in it. And so it's because nobody's engaging now, they're not actually getting fired up. It's just you look like a goofy for running over there and picking them up. So people have got onto it a little bit. I don't know, man.
Do the Bucs make the playoffs, Jeff? Do they win the division?
They should, right? I mean, you should go beat Miami, but Miami just got absolutely fucking steamrolled by the Bengals. And we know what happens with teams that get absolutely boat raced by a team. The next week they come out with their hair on fire. So
I bet you wish you were playing against Tua, not the run and gun Quinn Ewers.
I don't even at this point. I don't even like who are we playing that like we think we can beat? You know, I don't know, man.
Well,
How does Emeka get 2 targets? Like, how are we not like?
Because Mikey Evans is back, baby. You got to feed Mikey.
Mike had 5 catches for 31 yards and a touchdown. Like,
How many targets,
I mean, a lot of targets. A lot of targets.
There you go. It sounds like a little bit of force feed to me. Well, I brought up the question about Liam Cohen because Liam Cohen has the Jacksonville Jaguars rolling. Jags 34, Broncos 20. I put it on the notes, Jeffrey. You mentioned it early. Are you back on? I've been trying to get you back on the past 2 weeks. This is the moment you've lived for, the moment that you've waited for, Jeffrey. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags are steamrolling. Get on the train, Jeff. How many legs do you have? How many trains can you be on at one time?
I don't know.
Maybe we can hitch a wagon to the train, and then we can have more wagons behind it. I think that would be more realistic.
This was such a big win. I mean, they basically clinch. I mean, they have what, the Colts and the Titans left, right? Which maybe give me the Colts at home next week. I don't know. Like that might be an interesting thing. But yeah, they're grooving, bro.
I'll tell you after this week.
T Law looks crazy. Like he looks like everything that I thought he was when he first came out. He looks like everything that I've had to stand on a hill by myself and die on for the past few years about how great and talented and unbelievable this kid is. He looks the part. And is there some sort of validation that I feel like I've been saying this for the past few years? Yes. Does it suck that I jumped off the bandwagon this year because they hired that cocksucker Liam Cohen? Yes, that sucks as well too. But here we are. And I'm not back on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for Trevor Lawrence. I'm not rooting for the Jags.
I think you brought up a great point a couple of weeks ago. That Jacoby Myers trade just completely transformed that
Changed everything
for whatever reason.
And they got Brenton Strange back too, who's a decent tight end, you know. And they did this week
without I've always been a fan.
You know, they did it without Tootin this week, you know. And I mean, it's just they're finding ways to win. And the defense is honestly the one thing that really got slept on throughout the year, because they've just continued to kind of build on it, you know, build the linebacking core. You know, you start from inside and work your way out, and that's kind of what they've done. And man, whether it be Josh Hines Allen or Walker, I mean, they have dudes on that line who can disrupt you. And so, yeah, man, I mean, congrats to them. Congrats. Really fucking happy for them.
You can hear the elation in Jeffrey's voice. So they do play at Colts this coming up week against Phillip Rivers again. Jeff, I don't know if you also saw AR has been elevated off of the IR in this practice. His window is now opened. How do you foresee that? I mean, I guess I can see him, you know, trying to get ready to be the backup. Yeah. In case something happens to old man Rivers. I don't see them making a change now. Do you?
I mean, I would see what I have.
I mean, I agree. I mean, I think at the end of the day, even if you only put him out there to run the football, it gives Jonathan Taylor a big hole. Obviously, he's been in the weight room. I don't know if you've seen pictures of him.
Yeah, he's huge. Pause. But like, and like the other thing, yeah, as long as he makes it through warmups, doesn't get hit by a rubber band, he'll be okay. I think you have to see what you have, man. Like, obviously, Daniel Jones is going to be out, right? We got to come up with a plan for next year. Phillip Rivers is not our fucking plan for next year. And Rivers, from what I understand, whether it be last year in the offseason and whether it be since he's been there so far, has been a great mentor to AR as well, too. So let's get a little bit of that dynamic as well. Let's get AR out there with a guy who's in his corner, who's going to give him positive feedback in his ear every time he comes off the field and what he's seeing and what needs to be done. I think that could be better for the Colts going forward than continue to roll Phillip Rivers out there. I would like to see AR tonight, honestly.
100%.
If he's cleared, he's cleared.
He's out. He's been ruled out with his orbital. He's cleared. The practice window is open. Like they can bring him back at any point in time they want now. So he is definitely off the IR, which he had been for a few weeks. I love that point. And to me, there's been a lot of talk about Daniel Jones, right? And what is going to happen to him now that his ACL or I'm sorry, his whatever.
That's a good point, Chad.
Achilles. I don't know if the Colts are going to want to pay what he's going to want. And you sold out for this year, right? You gave up 2 first-round picks. So to your point, I you know what I would like to do, and you know what? Somebody said this the other day, like Phillip Rivers' insurance was running out. I guess it expires after X amount of years out of the NFL. And when you had 10 children and 50,000 grandkids, that makes sense. So you know what? That's a great point. I would love to see AR try to finish this season with Phillip Rivers. And then if I'm bringing AR back next year, obviously he's under contract, and I'm bringing Rivers back on the league vet minimum to mentor him. Why not? And run that back next year.
I mean, maybe as a quarterback coach, I'm not bringing Phillip Rivers back as a backup quarterback.
Never know. I don't know what he would be inclined to do. That's the only thing. I don't think you're going to make as much as a quarterback coach versus a quarterback. But yeah, I like that. I like that having a vet to actually develop him.
The other theory was that I don't know. I don't know. Would you re-sign Daniel Jones coming off the Achilles for $30 million a year?
What? I'm sorry, Chad. What's a large offer to you? Because right now, Joe Burrow. Oh, I see what you're saying. He's saying about 25 to 30 million a year. But even then, I don't know.
Between 27 and 30, so kind of like a Baker Mayfield contract, which is he's going to be up for renewal soon as well too, and.
Not with this regression.
I don't know. I don't know what you do there. I mean, I do know what you do there is you re-sign him to a team-friendly deal and keep it fucking moving. But
if he takes it,
yeah, we're kind of at that point now where it's
the amount of poverty quarterbacks that are in this league, somebody will throw a bag at him.
I'm not really trying to give you
40, the Browns. Imagine the Browns.
The Browns are committed to Deshaun Watson next year.
Yeah, right.
They already came out and said Deshaun Watson is going to be the quarterback next year. So,
oh wow! I thought for some reason you said Deshaun Watson. I hear Shedeur Sanders. I don't know why, but that's what.
Let's move it on. No, I said Deshaun. No, Deshaun Watson.
Let's move it on here, Jeffrey.
I did want to say this. Congratulations. These are a couple great weeks in a row for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Congratulations. I know they have a very loyal fan base. I mean, they still show up in Jacksonville. They don't sell all their tickets to the away teams like Tampa Bay Bucks fans do. So
because nobody wants to go to Jacksonville.
That's true. It's not as much of a destination spot to go hang out in Duval and chill. Duval. But Jack's Beach is okay, I guess. It's a little dirty, but
poor man's beach in Florida, but sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the bigger thing here is the Broncos. And Chad, you're absolutely right. Jeff's brought it up numerous times. The Broncos have just seemed like frauds the entire year. If I heard one more time, how can they keep getting away with it? I probably could have,
Sorry, that's that. He says that because I say that every single week. Every single week when the Broncos game ends, I text how they can't keep getting away with it.
Absolutely,
but they do.
Let's get into another playoff matchup, Jeffrey. The Pittsburgh Steelers headed into the Detroit Lions 29-24.
Yeah,
this has the Lions potentially missing the playoffs here. As a Bears fan, they clinch for the Bears to be able to clinch a playoff berth. I don't know how I feel about it, but I will tell you that I like it. I don't know what that means either. I do not want to play the Detroit Lions in the playoffs. I would much rather play the Packers than them.
Disagree.
I was a little pleasantly surprised by the Steelers here, and Aaron Rodgers is humming.
Yeah,
he's humming, man. And I'm just glad that he's in the AFC and not the NFC. Because if he was somehow in the NFC playing like this and knocked the Chicago Bears out again,
he would find a way to find you.
Yeah, I don't know how I could go on.
That'd be crazy if it was like a Steelers Bears Super Bowl,
and the Bears beat them. I would agree with that. Yeah. Which somebody already leaked the script saying that the NFL already created the event for the Chicago Bears to be in the NFC Championship game. So if you have any futures out there, because the Bears still get absolute zero respect, which I can't deny. Like, it's not like I'm.
Are you betting them? Or you're not betting them, right? I mean, you bet this week.
No. Jeff, it's too hard. It's But it looks like the Lions, I mean, what a run here, man. Lions fans. Last year, you're absolutely at the top of the pinnacle, the number 1 seed, and you lose in the first round, decimated by injuries. You think you're coming back. Obviously, you lose both defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator this year to head coaching jobs. One of them looks like it's going to pan out. The other one, not so much. The defense looked okay. Another slew of injuries, and you literally went from touching the Super Bowl to missing the playoffs in 1 year. And folks, that is the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give myself some flowers here for a second because
oh boy,
I have been very low on these Detroit Lions for a long time now, and I've caught a lot of shit for it from certain people, TJ. And yeah, I mean, their defense is atrocious, and that's a problem. And you can't have Dan Campbell calling plays. It just can't happen. So they got to figure that out in the offseason. They need to come up with a better defensive scheme that's going to be able to highlight some of their playmakers a little bit better. But I just think it's a weirdly constructed defense and roster. Are they going to go spend the money on it?
Well, their whole secondary,
they haven't
decimated.
They haven't ran the ball like they have previously with Jahmyr Gibbs and with David Montgomery. And so does somebody else need to come take David Montgomery's role?
I don't think it's David Montgomery, but
you think it's Jahmyr Gibbs? I think it's the O-line.
I think it's the O-line and the play calling.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point of here, I'm trying to bring it up here.
Yes. There's no gadgets anymore. It's kind of line it up and go at it. There's no motion. There's not a lot of jet sweeps. There's not a lot of, I mean, your eyes aren't going everywhere like in a Ben Johnson offense where you're paying attention to 4 different people moving before the snap, So it's
you ran the ball 11 times, Jeff.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions ran the ball 11 times.
Yeah. Dan Campbell should not be calling plays. I've said this too. I don't think any head coach should be calling plays. I don't think any head coach should be calling plays.
I agree. But
yes,
in this day and age, you have to do that because otherwise you end up with the same shit that you're seeing in Tampa Bay, where Baker Mayfield's been there for 3 years. He's had 3 different offensive coordinators. Yeah. There's just no synergy because that's just the way the league is now. Everything is offensive. And when you have a good offensive mind, they become a head coach. And if the head coach is calling the plays, you never have to worry about anything being changed. I agree with you. I would love a head coach to be a head coach, to be able to see all of it. What adjustments do we need to look at on defense? How do I need to manage these timeouts, even if it's on defense or offense? I don't like being sucked up into that one thing because, again, there's nobody there to tap. I said it numerous times, to tap you on the shoulder, be like, hey, dude, we should probably look at taking a timeout here. Same thing with the Bears in that 2-minute drill with the field goal. In my opinion, they had to kick that field goal on the other side of the 2 minutes. So if I'm the head coach, I'm already over. I'm not worried about calling this play. I'm already over to my special teams guy. Be like, look, you got a fire drill coming here. We're going to get you out with 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I need that ball in the air by 2:08. So that it goes through by 2:04, 2:02. So I have that. Now I have 3 timeouts to stop them to get the ball back. Then I don't need to do an onside kick. I absolutely 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you.
Yeah. And that's why I loved what they did originally when they started doing drafting the way they were. It was, and I understand they try to get Ragnar back this year because they know that that's an issue as well, too. Right. Like the Lions they're a smart group of guys. They can understand that they need help on the inside and the interior. And that's the way they built this team. And that's why they've been good for the past few years.
Did they have injuries this year to their offensive line?
I'm not sure about that. I didn't like him coming in, and I thought the defense was objectively bad. Even and I know I understand they get injuries where Kirby Joseph, who's all pro, goes out, and that's a big hit to the defense as well too. But I don't think it matters.
They definitely have issues on the offensive line with injuries. They're starting practice squad players.
They've always had issues with injuries. I feel like as well the past few years. I don't know. I will say this. The Steelers can run the ball, obviously. We saw what Jaylen Warren did, much to Jeremy's chagrin. Guy got knocked out of his fantasy football matchup. He's just beside himself about it. Even though I probably made him just about the same amount of money at the bar last night on NBA bets as he would have won in fantasy football. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I mean, he hits those 2 40-something yard runs. I mean, that's pretty much the ball game. And also the end of this game was crazy as well, too, right? They sit there. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 100%. It's offensive PI. He tries to bow up on Jalen Ramsey, bounces off of him, catches the ball, flicks it to Goff. Goff runs in for the touchdown. Could have been a game over. They call OPI. No time left on the clock. Game's over. It was the correct call, in my opinion.
It was also wild to let that play keep going when he was stood up and ran back 5 yards.
Yeah, I don't understand at what point and
because
when
if they would have done that
exactly.
Because if they would have called forward progress, which he caught the ball at the 1 yard line and he flicked it at like the 5. So while they were pushing him back the whole way, if they would have called forward progress, Detroit would have had another play. But they let it play out. And that whole situation was pretty weird, man. It was pretty weird. Then you have the offensive pass interference on Tesla on the play before that, which was also a little bit questionable when you look at the DB kind of push Tesla into him.
It was OPI. You cannot pick that close to the line. Or that far away from the line. You get like you get like what, 2 yards or something like that.
They were definitely in that. I mean, he was right at the goal line. It was questionable. That's all I'm saying. It was questionable. I don't know.
I thought it was definitely a pick play in OPI, but
it was definitely a pick play, but you can run pick plays and get away with it if you run it right. If you're running the route. And to me, it didn't really look like Tesla was moving. He was running his route. He didn't adjust to go into the defender. And I think that's where it comes into play. Regardless, Lions lose. What a fall from grace. Again, I put this more of the Steelers. Now, I know Warren obviously had a great game, but to me, that was just defensive misalignments again and missed tackles. I mean,
Gainwell makes that catch, right?
I think they had 2 45-yard runs. Give up 2 45-yard runs, and then to your point, Kenneth Gainwell was just an absolute circus catch. Unbelievable. And then to get up in front of the defender's face and run it in. Oh, my goodness, man.
Yep.
That guy's
GFY.
He is going to be seeing ghosts. Steelers in firm control now of the AFC North. And I do believe, do they play the Ravens next week?
That's a great question.
Or
Chad knows. Chad has all the lines already.
Chad always knows.
Pittsburgh plays Cleveland.
Pittsburgh plays Cleveland. The Ravens play the Packers in Green Bay, which who knows what's going to happen with that. And then they end the season with the Railers. With the Railers? The Steelers. Wow. The Ravens end it with they end it.
It might be over by then because
something happened with your microphone. Did you click a button?
What happened with my microphone?
I can barely hear you now.
Oh, really?
Now I can hear you. You just kind of like turn the volume down or something. Weird.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, much better.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, there it is. Perfect. Now you're 100% back. Welcome back, Jeffrey. Let's get into anything to wrap up on the Steelers lines, Jeffrey, or are we ready to move into some other Patriots or Ravens?
No, I mean, I just, listen, I agree with Chad. You get that defense in cold weather at home playing in the AFC. Like, do you see Bo Nix going into Pittsburgh and balling out? I don't know.
To me, that's the Steelers defense has not been good this year.
Right, but we talked about, especially in this spot, right, with no Watt, and a couple players banged up. Like, I thought that this was a spot where the Lions would definitely get them without a doubt.
I thought so as well. I thought this is where the Steelers get exposed.
And the Steelers stood up to me, because we talked about it, right? The Steelers defense is an outdoor defense, right? It's a press coverage. That's why they got Slay. That's why they went and got Ramsey, right? You play guys, you play up on them. You let your defensive line just absolutely maul the O-line, and you make them beat you over the top. And so with the group of quarterbacks that's left, I kind of agree with Chad. Like there could be a path there where Rodgers, somehow rides it all the way to the bowl. With Tomlin.
I mean, the only one standing in your way is Allen. Lamar's going to be out.
Yeah.
There's Mahomes. You got Drake May, who obviously has been playing very well. However,
Buffalo also has the worst run defense in the NFL.
Which was also weird. I know that we didn't talk about that game, but obviously Junkins getting hurt very early in the game kind of skewed things a little bit. But I didn't understand again, why were the Browns just not trying to run it down their throat? Junkins and the Browns have done really well as far as running the football anyway. And it was one of those plans that I'm just like, what? I mean, to me, the Browns should have won that game again.
Yeah. I mean, that's a Kevin Stefanski issue though. I'll say it again.
Jeffrey, I don't think you're going to get your wish. I think he's coming back next year. So
Probably.
let's get into it. Patriots, Ravens, Patriots 28, Ravens 24. All but shuts the door on the Ravens, in my opinion. Lamar Jackson hurt again. I do believe it was second quarter. He got hurt. Huntley comes in, can't get it done. The biggest thing here, Jeff, I didn't understand. I didn't even see it. I didn't watch the end of this game because it's past my bedtime as an old man. But Derrick Henry was not in for like the majority of the fourth quarter.
I think that was just more of a situational thing.
But from my understanding of what I saw,
I saw him getting carries in the fourth quarter, so I don't think that's actually.
I think it was like
from
6 minutes on, like he did not play.
I don't really care about that because I feel like as well too. That's also one of those situations.
Hold on. How can you not care about that when the man had already ran for 121 yards and averaging 7.1 yards per carry? And you have over 2 minutes to score a touchdown with Tyler Snoop Huntley. And yeah, that you just don't.
I mean,
yeah, I just don't get it. I mean,
the Patriots were great. I saw him get a couple carries there in the fourth quarter, but I also think too they were trying to throw the ball a little bit more, and so you had Keaton Mitchell that was out there as well. I think it was just situational. I don't think it had anything to do with anything at all. Like, I think they got behind the sticks a few times as well. So, yeah.
Jeremy said that he fumbled again.
He did fumble. He fumbled like in the first quarter, though, right? Or in the first half.
I don't know. Me again, though, that just goes to the point again. Okay, so you got a guy that's 18 for 2, 128 yards, averaging 7.1. Obviously, has a 23-yard breaker, 2 touchdowns, and in the fourth quarter, you change the entire game plan. I just don't understand. The same thing with the Bears, right? When we're talking about the Bears and Swift and Monangai are averaging 4 to 5, 6 yards a carry, and we just say, oh, you know what? We're just going to stop running the ball. I don't. Again, like there, Chad. Yeah. Well, apparently, yeah, a lot of people were on the Patriots, which rightfully so. That line to me was just absolutely asinine. A lot of people hit that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. To me, there's a lot more issues in Baltimore than I think that we know about. So I don't know. Maybe it's time for a change there. I mean, we're for a change in Pittsburgh with Mike Tomlin 3 weeks ago. Now they're ready to hoist him out on their shoulders. Is there? I mean, maybe there's a change for Baltimore, right? I don't know.
I mean,
3 carries on the final 3 drives for the Ravens. Yeah, it's dumb. Dumb when he's been gashing them the whole. Whatever. Who am I, Jeffrey?
Are you sure that's correct? Because he scored a touchdown on one of their last drives, I thought.
I watched the highlights this morning. It said that was one of the things that they were talking about, is that he hardly played the fourth quarter.
He scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter, no?
I will look at it right now, Jeffrey. He did at the 13-minute mark. So basically, from the 13-minute mark on, he was not.
They only had 2 possessions after that.
Okay, so your final 2 possessions,
6 plays, 13 yards, and then they fumbled. They had 2 yards. They just didn't have the ball. They ran 6 plays. They ran
the next 2 drives
after.
he sat. Next 2 drives he did not play at all. Makes no sense. Yeah, it just makes no sense. Maybe Harbaugh was going up against him in fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at the. They just threw the ball and then they got penalties. They really only had 1 possession after that touchdown. It was 6 plays and 13 yards, and then the second one they fumbled on 2 plays. No, they fumbled on. They had 2 plays. They fumbled.
Jeff, the question is and will remain, and the statement is: you leave your running back in the game to win.
Sure, but they're talking about eight plays that he had off in 2 drives. I don't know, like
in clutch time when you need a
they were throwing the ball down.
Oh, Jeff. Oh, Jeffrey. What am I going to do with you, buddy? What am I going to do with you? Anyway, Jeff, do the Ravens make the playoffs?
He did not get a carry in the last. He didn't get a carry in the last 2 drives. One of those was 6 plays. They gained 13 yards. They threw the ball 4 times. 1 handoff to Keaton Mitchell, which he gained 4 yards on, and then the other one, they ran 2 plays and Tyler Huntley fumbled the ball. That's what it
Jeff,
was.
you know what 3 plays at 4 yards of play get you?
Yeah, 12 yards.
First down.
Yeah.
Do the Ravens make the playoffs, Jeff, anyway?
No, but I said before the year the Ravens weren't making the playoffs.
Yeah, but you were just a hater.
Yeah.
You're just a hater.
I'm a hater of the Lions. I'm a hater of the Ravens. I'm a hater of the Bills.
Jags. You're yeah, shitting on the
I don't
Jags.
hate the Jags.
I think that's more of a Liam Cohen scratching her crotch. So
1,000% is about Liam Cohen. 1,000%. And the way that he handled it. I'm not going to root for that guy. If, like I said, if Jacksonville wins, I'll be happy for Jacksonville and their fans. I'll be happy for Trevor Lawrence, right? I love Trevor Lawrence. But that guy can go kick fucking rocks.
Jeffrey, we got a big one tonight. 49ers headed to the Colts. 49ers favored by 5.5. We already talked about Old Man Rivers is going to start. Anthony Richardson is out.
Yeah.
Again, to your point, you really started to I guess maybe they know what they have. I don't know. Anyway, Jeff, the Old Man Rivers can pull out the win here against the 49ers.
Normally, I would say yes, and I would love to take Josh Downs here and Michael Pittman to kind of eat up the secondary and Jonathan Taylor to run all over him. But I don't know, man. It's they're coming off a bye, I believe, right?
No,
2 weeks ago. They had the other bye 2 weeks ago.
Week 14
I just feel like
was the last buys.
Solid, huh?
Week 14 was the last buys in the NFL.
Okay, I just found out new information. DeForest Buckner is returning tonight from IR for the Indianapolis Colts. That's a huge pickup.
Don't even know what he plays. I'm going to go defense.
Fair enough. He does play defense.
Yes.
With a name like DeForest,
that's
what I thought. Guess what part of the defense he plays?
I'll go with the line. Because he's
very good.
Threes.
Which part of the line? Is he an edge or is he an interior lineman?
I would go interior because I feel like if he was an edge, I would have hurt him.
And this is why, Tyson. This is why we are part of the uniform fan. And we got there. You know more than you think.
We would be Pictionary champions, dude. Pictionary champions. Jeff, I think here 46 seems like a lot to me.
Yeah.
I mean, are the Colts going to move?
But I thought 48.5 was a ton last night. I'm like, how are the Ravens and the Patriots getting to 48.5? Sure, should have got to 52.
But the Colts are not throwing the deep ball. So the question
Colts are throwing the ball, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
so the question is, how many points do the 49ers actually put up? That is the question. Because if the 49ers put up 28,
I'm going to go with whatever Chad's play is on this game.
I don't
have
an opinion. I still like the under here.
Chad, let us know what you're betting, and that's going to be the official uninformed fan side that we're taking.
We're supposed to be the ones convincing them, Jeff, not the other way around. I need you to have confidence in what you do.
I have confidence that I don't know what's going to happen tonight.
Then it's just a no play. Then Jeff, this is just a no play. I think I like the under here.
It's probably
I like the under in the Alabama-Oklahoma game.
Yeah, and it just sucks when TJ's right sometimes.
It really does. As a matter of fact, I think I put the bet in just simply to fade him.
It's really tough because he kept on sending this out in multiple group chats that we're a part of, and I kept on saying first 1 to 10 wins. Don't worry, because I just thought nobody was going to score, and then of course Oklahoma rattles off 17, and Alabama just.
Well, let's get into it, Jeffrey. The NCAA football playoffs are underway. Alabama 4, Oklahoma 24. Alabama, one of the bubble teams that was on there. And what was actually funny is watching all of the Notre Dame accounts be like, oh, this team was in before. I love it. I just love the interaction that's happening between the Notre Dame fan base. Absolutely love it. At the end of the day, Alabama wins.
As a Florida State fan, I want to welcome all Notre Dame fans. As somebody who's in a group chat with a Notre Dame fan as well, too, and TJ, me, him, and DCAS, and DCAS is a big Notre Dame fan. It has been funny to just basically feed him the same propaganda and show him the writing on the wall of how ESPN basically owns the SEC and will do whatever
Can I
they
go?
can.
Can
to
I go
kill for
one
them to
thing
get
further
in.
from you from that? ESPN owns all of the bowl games. Every bowl game is on ESPN, so it doesn't matter SEC or
Not
not.
every bowl game. Not every bowl game.
What's not? All of the playoff games are.
Right, because
all
they
of
own the
them.
college football playoff.
Correct.
Correct.
So, what are you talking about? The 6 and 6 toilet bowl games?
I think that it is a conflict of interest for them to be so in bed with the conferences that they are also putting onto the network and putting into the playoff. I just think it's a conflict of interest.
But they also aren't the ones that pick them. Those are those are from the actual colleges, are they not?
Who gets picked? Who picks the college football playoff?
That would be chancellors, athletic directors.
Pull it up and let's see where those athletic directors and chancellors are from.
Who makes up the CFP committee?
Right. Jeremy is correct. JMU Oregon was on TNT as well as Ole Miss and Tulane. They did get thrown some bones there.
Chris Massaro, the athletic director at Middle Tennessee State.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Riley, former college and NFL coach, no affiliation.
Right.
Carlo.
Hold on. Whoa. First of all, a former college coach has no affiliation to any school.
No. What's up, Buff?
Buff is here. Hey, Buff. What's up, man?
Okay. So, Jeremy, who did Mike Riley coach for? Let's go in that. Carla Williams, Jeff, the athletic director at Virginia.
Okay. Got an ACC school in there.
Hunter Yurachek, athletic director at Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
Poverty SEC school.
Poverty SEC school. Who still, by the way, still gets paid revenue share based off of the way that other SEC schools perform, correct? Is that correct or no?
I don't know how that plays.
I don't be the colleges. It would be conflict of interest. Who? Josh, hello.
Josh, we're giving you the playbook. Wesley Walls, former NFL tight end.
Yeah, I remember Wesley Walls. Carolina Panthers, I believe, right?
I don't know. David Saylor, athletic director at Miami of Ohio.
You being we can just stop doing this, but you being like there's no affiliation, just being like Wesley Walls, just
I'm not done. I'm not done.
You're done. We're moving on.
Chris Alt, former Nevada coach and athletic director. Nevada. What conference is that even in? Pac-12 now? Who knows? Mountain?
There is no Pac-12.
Ivan Masale, a journalist.
So
what?
The Bills? What?
I don't know what's happening over here. Again, as we said, it is not from all of the conferences as you like to point out.
So you think, all right, let me ask you a question. If you got hired to be on the college football playoff committee, and by the way, do they get paid to do this? I don't know. Actually, I'm asking a question. They do get paid to do this. So they get paid. Wesley Walls?
Oh, he said he played for the Bills.
Oh, okay. I thought he had a cup of tea with the Carolina Panthers. Jeremy?
Oh, let's Wesley Walls teams.
Anyway, neither here nor there. We don't
49ers, Saints, Panthers, and Packers.
Panthers. 49ers, Saints, Panthers, Packers. Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I still got my fastball, and I do.
Yeah, you're wrong in this one. That's all.
I'm not wrong. So the college ball playoff committee. Oh, okay. If they were to hire you,
coach at Oregon,
if they were to hire me to be on the college football playoff committee, what affiliation do I have to any college?
Well, besides that, you reach
on my Wikipedia, on whatever it says, right? Let's say it was you. Let's say it's anybody. All right. You're going to tell me that because
I would obviously have no bias because my team never touches the playoffs. So
neither does mine. I mean, mine does, but we've been. But
you saw you were snubbed.
No, we got in.
I'm just saying, like, whatever, bro. Like these
We
guys
got
aren't
drew
sitting
up
in
by
there
Oregon,
saying,
but we got
we
in
need an
first year that
SEC
happened.
school in here. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But I will tell you this: the fact that ESPN controls all of the bowl games, absolutely. That is weird.
Blacklisted from FSU. I mean, that's kind of right.
He needs to be.
Not allowed back.
University of Miami, Jeff, goes into Texas
Can't
A&M, one of
roll.
the most hostile places to play. And this was the under 10-3. What an
Yeah.
ugly game. Mario Cristobal finally gets one of the wins off of his shoulders, Jeff. Do they stand a chance in the next one? Or actually, before you do that, what do you think went wrong here for Texas A&M?
Miami has one of the best offensive and defensive lines in the country, maybe only second to Ohio State. So, yeah, they're well coached on both sides of that specifically offensive defensive line. They've done a lot to try to build through that. And then they added playmakers on the outside, and they got those playmakers on the field immediately freshman year. But Tony, baby Jesus, he's an integral part of their offense. He is a true freshman. He was playing high school quarterback last year. I just think I think the game interesting. There was a couple of things that I did look up and I loved. Miami is only giving up 4.8 points in first half so far this year. So that first half total being at 23.5 was like a hammer spot of taking the first half under. I think it'll be kind of the same thing against Ohio State. I see it as like a drag down kind of a knockout game. Beck was pretty bad. He was not great. I do think they stand a chance against Ohio State for sure. Because they're going to be able to run the ball. Fletcher was incredible. He had the best game of his career. And you're doing it in that hostile environment. I think it's cool that Miami fans got a chance to go down there too and witness Texas A&M hospitality and see what that's all about. There was a lot of I don't know. I think A&M seems, especially the South and Texas and stuff like that, it seems like just a very hospitable spot. And from all the reports I saw from Miami fans, they had a great time and were very well taken care of by A&M fans. So shout out to them.
Really? Wow. I would have thought the opposite, honestly. But you just never know these days, Jeff. You just never know these days.
Yeah, what's the spread? The spread's like 11?
Why can't we get a bracket, like a size? Like why can't I find give me a break, man?
Brother, this is I don't know.
2025
ESPN can do it.
Yeah, because they own the graphics, those bastards.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was a great win for Miami. I didn't really give them much of a chance, to be perfectly honest with you. The crowd noise there is just something else. I think it's one of the largest stadiums, over 100,000 people with the kids in there. It's just an absolute dog of an environment. And if I'm not wrong, Jeffrey, I do believe this is the first win in this series by OA teams. I do believe the first round of the playoffs, all of the home dogs won and won pretty handedly. So I guess nice to see that. My Ohio State's 9.5 point favorites against Miami on the next.
Yeah, I figured it'd be around 10, something like that. It's probably the right line, but I will Miami can definitely cover this easily for sure. I definitely want to take Miami more in the first half over a game, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think Miami's over the top threat is going to negate some of that pass rush. Getting that ball out quickly.
They have an over the top threat though. Like Carson Beck was legitimately bad last week.
No. I'm talking about Ohio State.
Oh,
beating Miami over the top.
Smith and Carnell Tate, which I think Carnell Tate got hurt, if I remember correctly, their last game of the year. So it'll be interesting to see if he's back and playing.
I mean, just Jeremiah Smith. I mean, if you're going to try to double team, if you're going to put him one-on-one, they're just going to whip the ball all day long. And I think that's going to negate some of that pass rush from the Miami and the trenches as well. I'll be the first one to tell you, I am not a big college guy. I don't know a whole lot about it. This is my 10,000 foot view level and what I've seen. I just feel like Miami doesn't really know what they do. And that's just, to me, a reflection of Cristobal in general. Defense is defense, right? When defense can show up, you don't really need a whole lot. It's either man coverage, zone coverage. There's not a whole lot of shit going on there. And there's not a whole lot of eye candy. And now we'll see what happens with Ohio State this week to see what kind of tricks they pull out. I think it could get very out of control very quickly. Or it could be a close game.
I think it'll be a close game. I do want to say, obviously, it's funny. We had a pretty good one on Saturday. I had a little parlay. It was basically the under Miami. We had the over in Montana State. We had Ole Miss to blow them out, and then we had JMU to cover. And shout out to JMU.
Let's get into those games there. Tulane,
There's
10,
nothing to talk
Ole Miss,
about.
41, James Madison, 34, Oregon, 51. A lot of chirp about whether these schools should be in. I didn't realize James Madison has produced a lot of NFL linemen. Like, they're like big in the trenches at James Madison.
Yeah, I mean, JMU just has only been at an FBS school for the past 3 years, Jeremy, something like that. I believe they just are kind of getting their feet wet with it. So I think the sky's the limit for the program. I thought that was such a sweat. The fact that we backdoored our way in there.
What was the spread on Oregon?
I had it at 21.5, and they were down by it was 38-13 or something like that. I don't remember. They were down by a lot. And they ended up scoring a couple touchdowns to kind of end it. They went for 2-on-1, and I thought I was screwed because it was at 22. And I'm like, oh, well, Oregon's going to come down and score. They're going to come down and score, and I'm going to get fucked out of the half point. Oregon comes down, kicks the field goal. JMU comes down, scores a touchdown. And the way that it played out is they have the ball. There's like a minute left. They run down. They get the ball on the 1 yard line, right? Long story short, they get an OPI. So we have first and goal from the 1. They get an OPI in the end zone. Goes back to first and goal from the 16. And when all you need is for them to score the touchdown, you're like freaking out. They finally get it down there. It's 4th and 1 from the 1, and they punch it in to backdoor cover. C'est la vie. Good night.
I didn't watch the end of this, Jeff. Did Oregon let their foot up off the gas?
Yeah, of course. The whole fucking second half, the game was over. But
that's how they covered though.
So I'm sorry, Tulane and Ole Miss played already this year.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what the score was?
I think they beat them by 30 or 21 or
45-10 their first meeting in Oxford.
That's funny. It's 41-10 here.
Yep.
Well, as somebody from the outside that didn't really watch that game, if I look at the James 31-51, I'm like, oh wow, 17 points. They actually held their own. But then again, just literally talking to you within 2 seconds, I can see, oh no, it was more of a blowout. And then Oregon just like, hey, let's not get hurt.
But that was part of the 21.5 point backdoor cover, right? Like this spread is crazy. It's 3 touchdowns. This team's not going to quit. It's their very last game. Oregon's going to take the foot off the gas. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, lots going on. Big week coming in, Jeff. Christmas week.
Lots you got all your shopping done? Everything good to go?
It's great when you don't buy for anybody.
Jeremy, headphones.
When you don't have to go out there and buy for anybody, buddy. It's a very quick.
What do you mean? You have B. What is she getting?
Nothing.
Wow. Not even a car? I know how you like to go lavish on the gifts.
A car? She has. Well, we're going away we got some trips lined up. We're gonna go on a cruise, and those are our presents to each other.
I had this lady at my table the other night.
We're both working,
and she was talking about how for the past 15 years, her and her husband, their gifts to each other for Christmas are they buy them the other one a concert experience somewhere around the world. And I was just like,
well, I
bought him tickets to go see Rolling Stones at the O2 Theater in London, and we did that. I'm like,
yeah, well, I did get her tickets to Andrea Botticelli or something like that.
Oh yeah. Andrea Bocelli.
Yeah, great. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, it'll be good. Hey, Chad, Merry Christmas, brother. God bless you, man. God bless the fam. Absolutely.
I appreciate you, Chad. You have a Merry Christmas.
Listen,
we're back
good
on
luck.
Friday, though, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
I got to go.
I'll be here Friday, so maybe I'll do one solo. Maybe we'll just do a complete interaction if Jeffrey wants to take the day off.
We'll see. I am working pretty much most of this week, so
I have
3
trips this week, Jeff. 3.
Didn't get Christmas off. Just is what it is, man.
3.
Just got to nut up and go get it. 3 shifts. That's a lot for him. They're working him to the bone over there.
That's overtime, baby. Overtime.
He can't even.
13 shifts in 12 days. I don't want to hear about it.
So,
I have
Jeremy, anything new happened in your life recently?
anything new happen in my life. I mean, like losing fantasy or hitting the bet last night. That's about it.
Oh, certain somebody just became single again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You got divorced?
We're not. No, we're not doing that. No. No. Nope.
Jeff, you got divorced?
No,
Nope. Nope. Nope.
I'd be buried in the backyard, bro.
Who was not single?
Nope.
Did,
Nope.
Jeremy, did you have a little special somebody there for a
Nope.
minute?
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
got yourself a little cozy for the holidays?
It's
No.
that time. We need a fireplace, cuddle up,
No.
snuggle up.
I'm gonna remove myself from this right now.
Have a
Nope.
Come on, Club Waka.
Hey,
Waka,
also,
waka, waka.
congratulations. You guys are both diehard Bears fans, and I know it's been really tough being a Chicago fan.
Careful.
That yawn was absolutely poignant.
Dude, I'm in
and-
shambles,
and
man.
just
I'm in
on.
shambles.
So,
It's
but
been-
congratulations to both of you.
It's been a
I'm
wild
finally-
year. Not gonna lie.
Finally finding a quarterback.
Yeah, it's been a wild year. I still think we're a year ahead of schedule.
A
know.
year? I'd go a couple.
I mean,
I'd say
to,
we're way ahead.
to have
I
11
think you're right on
wins,
schedule.
Right on schedule. So your expectations was playoffs and Ben Johnson's first year, and that is something I'm glad you brought.
You
them
guys
up.
are winning small. You
Yeah,
lost
small.
small last year. You lost big the year before.
He
And
wasn't
so
there.
now
This is Ben Johnson's first year.
It's okay.
But it's the same group of guys.
It's the same group
It's
of
not.
guys. It's the progression.
It's
It
a
is.
complete off a different. No, it's not.
It is.
Who's the same?
The offensive
Caleb?
the offensive line is new.
A
That's
lot of
about it.
people are the same.
Defenders are new. CJ Gardner Johnson. That was a good pickup, by the way. I'll say this. I will tell you this. A lot of times I get upset with Ben and some of his play calling and some of his time management stuff and things of that nature. And last night, as I was pondering how the hell everything came to fruition and all this stuff, I have to realize he's still a rookie head coach. Like, he's going to make mistakes. I think
And he's
that,
got
you
to
know,
stop taking his shirt off.
No,
He's
he
only done
doesn't.
it once.
Free hot dogs, bro. That's a man of the people. That's how you get the entire city behind you, right
Yeah,
there.
you do.
You give everyone free hot dogs? Hell
Did you-
yeah.
They've done it twice now this year, and they said every time people have been waiting at 5 or 6 a.m. in the cold, sitting there outside the Wiener Circle to get free hot dogs at 10:30.
Bro, you could never.
That's nuts.
You couldn't pay me enough to sit.
Right,
and
it
wait
is
for a hot
brick
dog
out
like that.
there.
No,
That's a different cold. It's a different-
Also, Jeffrey, I wanted to report on the Gaylord Palms ice experience.
and
Skip it.
I've never gone.
So this is I was irate walking into this place. So first of all, it's $38.40 per person. Okay, whatever.
You
I
really had
didn't
to
know-
add the change.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a reason why.
Go ahead.
So I pull up to park.
Ooh,
How
$20
much,
to park.
how much do you think it is to park, Jeff?
I mean, is it validated or no?
No.
They don't validate your parking at Gaylord?
No. And this is
Oh.
specifically a parking lot for ice.
Oh.
Not to be confused with
Oh,
immigration.
So if it's just a parking lot for ICE, immigration and customs enforcement, I'm gonna say it's $15.
$40.
It's more
It was
than the
more to
experience.
park the car than the ticket to get in.
That's
Did
gross.
Bianca have a
So-
good time?
That's iceless.
Yeah, we always have a good time. But I saw on there though it doesn't charge for
Yeah,
until 30
tasteless.
minutes. So I'm like,
Instead of
B,
priceless.
let's run. We can get through this in 30 minutes. Anyway, we went in. It
That
was
went over
90
well.
degree. She was. We actually did get through it because there was nobody there because we picked it out perfectly. But it was nice. It was the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the old claymation. It was all in that. It was pretty cool. It had a little slide, the Yetis and all that stuff. But then like they had like a couple other things, but you had to pay extra to do those as well. I would hate to be there on the weekend. That's yeah. But yeah, I would skip that, Jeff.
You hate to leave your house on the weekend.
That is another great point. It's another great point. And every time I try, then I'm completely reminded why. 9:45 in the morning, 4:29 is a dead stop on a Saturday morning.
Yep.
What are we doing? What are we doing? That can't be church traffic. I see how some of them behave. Anyway, That's going to do it for us today on the Un-Informed Fan. I hope you guys all have a very Merry Christmas this week. Remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. Keep your blessings up and spread them out. But if you do happen to be driving during the holiday season, for his sake, please stay out of the left-hand lane.
Juwan Jennings, anytime touchdown tonight. Be great.
Bear down.